Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, of course, you guys, we are gathered here today to talk about the foolishness and the foolery that is Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Family Ties, Season 4, Episode 43. All right, we're gonna get all into all the messiness of it all, child. A hot ass, a hot mess. Let me bring my co-host in. Hey, Moochie.
Ew. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So,
What's up,
what was your
everybody?
first thoughts on this daggone episode that we got tonight, child?
You know what? It was a hot mess. A hot
Yes,
mess.
like I don't even understand it. I don't get it at all. And of course, this is kind of like our before and after photos of them with their little arrest mug shots, and then a little later on when they cleaned it up a little something something.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have all the couples tonight, which I'm kind of glad
No.
of, but I think we could have traded out some for some others.
Mm-hmm.
We had I think it was Sarah and Sean, Chance
Hold on,
and
let me close my
Taylor, of course, Monique and Derek, Michael and Justine, Poppy and Amber. I don't know why they keep putting them two together. For some reason, I feel like it could have either just been one or the other because they both have their own things going on and they both have their own mate. Why they keep continuing to put them there together, I don't know. But we didn't have Aries and
I
Cameron.
don't.
Hey,
We
Miss T,
didn't.
thanks for coming through.
Hey,
How
ew.
are you? What did you think about this episode tonight? So I don't really know what's like the point of them being there, but child, that's the way they want to do it. So I think we'll start with like the less interesting people. Well,
Yeah.
really they kind of started with it anyway because they started with Poppy and Amber at
I
the
thought
beginning
that
of the
part was so
episode.
unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Hey Joseph, how are you? Thanks for coming through. Um, this is a heavy product episode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it be sometimes. I know in every single episode we ain't gonna have like, a whole bunch, but I'm like, come on now. Oh, you
Yeah.
watching it over as we talking? Yes, hey Miss Sharon, how are you? So of course we did start the episode with Amber and Puppy, and I was just saying to Moochie, like, I don't know why we really have to have them on here. Y'all already know if y'all been watching my reviews that I don't feel like Puppy really needs to be up here anyway. I feel like she needs to be getting help for herself. And I
Mm-hmm.
also agree with Queen. Now that is somebody I love, Miss Queen, because she be breaking it down. She always keep it real. I feel like she's a real friend to both of them. She
Yep.
knows both of them. She had her own situation before and she got herself together. And when we actually first see Amber, she's actually when we first see Amber, she's meeting up with her. Now I didn't get a shot of Queen, but that was her like kind of sitting there and telling her about everything that was going down and the fact that they had the argument. And Queen was like, "Well, call her up, all right." Queen don't be playing. She keep it real with both of them, and I love a friend that keeps it real. What did you think about that?
I thought I was glad that she met with her and they talked, but it's just
Hey,
I don't want her to get
MSW.
sucked back into it.
Hey, Inga. Thank you for
Hey,
your
Inka.
support. Appreciate you.
I just don't want her to get sucked back into it where she starts really. This guy is really good with her.
Yeah.
I don't want Puppy to suck her back into that.
Yeah. That's my worry. I really would just prefer for Puppy to be off this show. Do not come up here and do no more show. Get
Mm-hmm.
into some type of form of rehab. And I mean, she's saying she needs a way out and she want to have all these things done before she leave. But sometimes when it's those type of situations, you can't wait for that way out because it may never come. You got to
I know.
really get up out of there on your own and
And he's
do
very
what you got to do,
controlling.
and her mother, I'm kind of jumping, but of course we see that um Amber had called her up and was letting her know, like, oh, I couldn't answer you when you was calling because me and him was in the middle of an argument. And she was like, well, I hope it wasn't about me. And she starts to tell her how she have her own thing going, and that, basically right now she trying to get up out of here, and he keeps her. And that this is how abusers are, unfortunately, where he keeps her with no money, and he keeps her where she
With no
can't drive,
car
she
and
don't have a
nothing.
car and all that,
Mm-hmm.
to isolate her,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's when she's like telling her that
He don't
you
even
know
want her to work.
yeah, he don't even want her to work. Yes, absolutely. And that's very dangerous. Let me see what
Mm-hmm.
he said. Why Amber always show up on the screen looking like life is hard? I mean, it probably is at this point. Look at the things they've been through, even though they started this young. You got to
Yeah.
remember that part too. Mm-hmm. Miss T said, Poppy is so fragile. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
could
want
break
her to go
anyone. And
off the
that's how
deep
I
end
felt when
either.
she was up here last season. That's why I'm kind of surprised to see her back again, because I don't think this was the place that she needed to be at all.
I agree.
Yeah. And she keeps saying that she needs to figure out how to leave peacefully. Now, on top of that, we also find out that homeboy, which I don't think any of us is shocked, done been back sleeping with the daggone ex-wife. And the ex-wife decides to call her up and apologize to her and put it on three-way, where she's literally hearing them having an argument of who ghosted who after they had sex. I said, what?
That's ridiculous. She just wanted the drama. She wanted to show her that she could get him back.
Exactly. That's exactly what she wanted to show.
And that's probably
Mm-hmm.
why he's so controlling, because he want to keep her where she is when he know where
Mm-hmm.
she is at all times.
Exactly. I agree. And Mama knew the breakdown as soon as she showed up there, because she tells him that she want to go to her mother house, and he like, no problem, I'm gonna take you over there. Now in the mother face, he's saying, oh, we good, we
Hmm.
golden, we solid as a rock, solid. That
I
was my
was like,
song.
no, he wasn't. And she looked like she was shaking her head. No, like, you know how somebody be like, are you being kidnapped or held to
Right.
the will? You seen her head shake her head kind of like, no, right?
Uh-huh.
And
I think they are finally divorced, LSW. It took forever, but it's like, even though they're divorced, they still having a back and forth with each other. And I think it was last episode that he was saying, because he is so much debt, he was even thinking about going back over there to us. So I was like, well, what the heck was the point? And of course, her mother saw right through it. As soon as he said he was going to go to the bathroom, her mother was like, now what's really going on? Like, tell me the truth.
yup, yup, yup.
Because
She
she
was
saw
saying
right through the bull crap.
she saw her daughter's face when she did that.
Hmm
Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, she is getting paid from the show. That's why a lot of them keep coming back, because they still want that check. But at the end of the day, obviously that check ain't helping you that much, or either he taking it from you, because even with you getting paid from the show, you should be able to take that and use that for you to go and move somewhere else and get the heck up away from this guy.
Or they making it a storyline
Mm-hmm.
because she has no storyline.
It was the kiss on the forehead for me, yeah. And they do that too, make up all different kind of stories. Of course, she has started crying, and her mother hugs her, and then he's saying, come on, let's go. And she got the crazy look on her face. I don't know. He give me them vibes when them cameras ain't there, like he'll be, doing what. Okay. Poppy also said that Eric won't let her have a car because he's afraid she's gonna take it and leave him. Yeah, and he give me those vibes. I don't think she lying when she say that. It's just something about every time I see him on the screen.
I don't
Unfortunately.
trust him. I think he be bullying her like when
Yeah.
nobody's around.
hmm
Like he looks intimidating. When he was saying the thing about how he didn't want her working.
Right. Yeah, because some people know that's the way they can manipulate you and control you.
Mm-hmm.
Miss T said it felt like the color purple. You could stay all day, and then it's time to go immediately. Yes, yes, exactly. Because all of a sudden he was just like ready to go. We see you, Mr. Eric. We ain't got nobody food over here. So let me see. The next ones we gonna talk about. Just get them out the way, cause Lord, this man irks my nerves as well. What you got to say about Taylor and Chance?
Chance is nothing but a liar.
Oh God, I can't with him.
He
After
barely
not
know
coming
that
home
boy.
all night, right, Miss T? Because he just had been missing, and then gonna come talk about what? What's the problem? Ugh, I can't with him. Yeah, Taylor and Chance, y'all already know how I feel about him. I cannot stand this man.
I don't like him
Um,
either.
mm-hmm.
I don't like him either. He got, first of all, we know he got all his debt.
Right.
I hope she's nowhere near. Like, I hope they didn't intertwine their finances, like credit and
Mm-hmm.
stuff together.
Right. Yeah. He's dangerous because he's sneaky. He's building up all this debt, and he's another one that seems like he wants to have control. What I do like about her, unfortunately, of course, like have said before, she's already pregnant by him. But
Mm.
it seems like as far as the marriage, she's not trying to go forward with that. She's definitely trusting her instincts and saying, I need to look into some things because I'm not trusting what I'm seeing. And it doesn't look like she gives him full control as far as her money and stuff. Like she still do her own separate thing as far as what we could see anyway so far. So I do like that part, but I just wish she wouldn't have got pregnant by him because honey, he is a hot
But
mess.
if she do her own separate things, that means all of his money is going to all his bills.
That's what she was saying. She was like, how he don't have more money and he be working overtime, like the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, so she knows. She
Mm-hmm.
knows something ain't right in the buttermilk.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I found it interesting that he's just telling her about how he got the plane ticket for his son, and she, of course, is upset. Like, how the heck you ain't gonna tell me that you inviting your son here? And he says that he don't have to tell her until they marry. That's when he have to tell her stuff like that. So
But
she's
you
like, "Well,
under
I'm
my
not gonna get
roof.
married to you if you don't feel like you have to tell me stuff like that."
Wow.
I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So at this point, she asked if he told his son about the baby, and he gonna say he hasn't gotten into it yet. I said, so okay, the man that hasn't mentioned anything about having a child that he hasn't seen in 18 years has not told that child that he's having another child. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
He did a crappy job at telling them too.
Absolutely. Why do children always give these low down parents a pass? I don't know. I think it'd be a mixture of feelings, to be honest. I kind of understand from both
Some of them
ends,
just
and I,
want
I
love
think
from
he
them.
handled it really, really well. And it may have just been because it was shot and it's like the cameras is there and stuff. I really felt bad for him,
I
to be
felt
honest.
like, here, I'm meeting you for the first time and I got a kid on the way.
Right. And she basically was, even she had more sense than him, because the first thing she said to him was, he may feel a way to find out that you basically are here taking care of, helping take care of my kids, and you got a new baby on the way when you wasn't in his life. And he was like, oh well, I'm hoping once we get to talk, or whatever the crap he was that he said, child. And then they were straightening up the house for him to come, and he literally just walked him in the room and was like, oh, this is the baby's crib. He like, baby's crib for what? Chance
He,
inviting his son and then asked Taylor was crazy. Yeah, it was. It was absolutely crazy.
he was just rude. I just don't like him.
Yeah. He is full of it. Absolutely full of it. I agree.
She need to really get rid of him.
Yeah, that kind of hurt. I felt hurt for the boy to find out like that. And then he wanted to take him to a strip club, and he's like, nah, I'll pass on the strip club. So they go to eat and they have their little talk or whatever. And he basically was saying that this was a long time where he thought this guy Lloyd was his real father. He didn't even know Chance existed. And then, Chance over here talking about he proud that he didn't turn out like him. I'm like, yeah, me too.
Me too. Shoot.
Yeah. Like that was just really horrible.
He
Really,
just did
really
a crappy
horrible.
job to me.
Yeah. I felt really bad
I
for
got a
him.
picture of the son.
And it's like I just feel like he was kind of like it's like I'm in shock. I'm on
Mm-hmm.
TV. I'm on a daggone TV show. Who knows if he even knew that part was gonna happen?
Exactly.
So I think he just kind of went with the flow in the moment. But you could tell that that made him really emotional and just kind of was like,
He
okay,
looked
so
uncomfortable too.
yeah, hmm definitely. Yes, please, guys. Y'all come in if y'all come in and leave, or if you
Yeah, hit
stay,
that like button,
make
y'all.
sure you hit the like button. We appreciate it. So yeah, I just felt kind of bad for him. And then of course they then end up going out as a family, and he ain't even got the money to pay the daggone bill when it come. And you could tell he was embarrassed with that. He was looking away like, I hope they ain't gonna look at me for nothing. He had to pull out like 10 different cards to pay the damn bill.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he asking about his mother and saying, "Oh, I could go visit you out there." Going to talk about them getting a yellow school bus to go. She looking at him like he got three heads, and then he tells them the baby's name is gonna be what was it? I can't even remember. I think it was something like Mason Carter, and he was like giving him this long story of how it comes from some ancestor in the family, and then we hear from Dan Taylor that he likes to make up lies and there's no ancestor, that they found the names on the blanket. I said, what the heck?
Why would you lie like that? That just don't make no sense to do this
Yeah, he's
whole
sick.
doing this nonsense.
He's sick.
He's a pathological
Yeah,
liar.
going out and not having enough money. They could have had him back there washing dishes. And she was embarrassed and she was pissed off about that too. Yeah, who lies about naming their child? Like, are you freaking serious? Unbelievable.
Let me ask you this: do you think that it's on the tip of my tongue? Do you think that it's a plane going by? I hear a plane. I don't know if y'all hear it, but
Mm-mm.
I was
Sorry,
gonna say,
y'all.
do you think that with him, she didn't they didn't have money for the bill. He didn't pay it. She ended up paying it.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think she gonna find out about all them credit cards?
I think she is. She already was saying she needed to do her research and, look into stuff. She's already tracking him. She already don't trust him. But I think she started going a little bit into the wrong direction because remember when he was asking the son about his mom, she's like, well, why he asking so hard about his mom? She said, then with him keeping all these secrets, is there something going on there? And the whole thing with him not answering the calls. And I'm like, no, girl, it ain't got nothing to do with this boy mama, okay? It got to do with him and all these daggone cards he's getting out
That's
here.
all them doggone bill collectors at my
Mm-hmm.
door.
Right. That's exactly what it is. And she was pissed after that, and I would have been pissed too. That would have rubbed me the wrong way. He talking about something. Why your face look like that? Mm-hmm.
That boy was hurt
He was.
because he opened up to him before they went back to that house
Mm-hmm.
where they was out, and I'm just like, why would I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't care too much for that either, but I already don't like his behind, so we didn't get Blaine and what you call it this
Yeah,
week,
they wasn't
Lindsay.
on this week. Blaine and
Yeah, I
Lindsay.
could have sworn they was in the preview, but then we didn't see them in the episode, so that was a little weird. And we also didn't get Cameron and Aries, but we did get these two who we could have not got them as well. She irked my dag on nerves, child.
Her story is boring too, though.
It is because, like, what do you want at this point? Because it's starting to give me that you basically are not worried about the fact that this person you're saying that you had the best sex with and y'all was in this more romantic relationship with, your ex who's your daughter's Abby father. You're more concerned with
You
getting with him and
connecting with
getting a
them.
piece than you are about the fact that you saying that literally your whole lives he's been on drugs and now he wants to be in your daughter's life and you're trying to expose him to your daughter without knowing if he really is clean or not so that you could get something. Like, I'm confused. And
It's
apparently your mama don't know about none of this stuff either because you just bringing it up to her.
wow.
And as far as Sean goes, y'all already know how I feel about Sean, but at the end of the day, if he is finally deciding to start being with his kids and his kids is willing to accept him and have a relationship with him, she should be happy about that. She should be pushing for that. I don't like women that don't want fathers to be with their kids, like that have issues with that and try to get in between it. I don't like that. To me, I look at how you treat your mother, your sister, your
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, your aunt, your daughters, all the people in your lives, and I look at the relationship you have with your kids and how you are with them. And I would never want to come in between that. So it's a little weird to me at the same time. But of course, they supposedly was making up and he was saying he was gonna put in more work and giving her the whole song and
Yeah,
dance, and he was playing with the baby and saying he was gonna wash the dishes and just telling her everything she wanted to hear. And then we
that's
go to this
basically what he was doing.
breast appointment where she thinking about getting her breast enlarged and
But
he
why? But why though? But why?
yes, I was confused, like, what
Isn't
are
she
we doing?
breastfeeding that kid?
I don't know, is she? I
I,
don't remember seeing her breastfeed her. I think she be giving her a bottle. I don't know.
mm-mm.
It's just weird. Yeah, some of them do leave kids behind and start new families. I trust me, I know a little bit of both. I know single fathers that have taken care of their kids and it's the moms that's left. I know some that they separate and they still have a good relationship and both of them be in the child's life. I know some that are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I didn't have help with my son and his father, but he had a whole nother different type of situation going on. It wasn't a situation where it was like he just left and wanted to be a deadbeat and then was taking care of somebody else's. But I do know some that's that way too. And at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, it is like if they is a situation like that and they do decide they want to be in the child's life, and I feel like it's up to the child. And if the child wants to have that relationship too, and they could start to build one, I don't think that whoever you're with now should be the person that's intervening into that and making it where you're jealous of him wanting to have a relationship with his kids and you want all the attention because you knew he had those kids when you got with him. If that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense to y'all, that's just how I look at it.
No,
That
I
kind of
agree.
bothers me about her.
I don't like how she. It's like she basically just wanted him to pay attention to her, but he got other kids, and you knew what you was getting into.
Especially 8 kids. Ain't like he had one or two. He got 8 whole kids. Okay,
Mm-mm.
they ain't going nowhere. They will be his forever, ever, forever, ever.
And where's she getting this money from? Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Where's this money coming from? Because I feel like if she's looking into getting that, she's getting that to impress the other guy to leave.
Right. And he already said he knows something is up. He was like, I could feel something's up. Then she was mad, obvious in the appointment when the phone was going off every minute, and she was like, oh, he keeps messaging me and wanting me to call him back. She gonna come on, let me go to the bathroom. Excuse me for a minute and go in the bathroom and call him back. And now all of a sudden it's so important that he wanna meet the daughter. I'm just not buying it. And then she's like, well, I got to have the conversation with my mom because
Mm-hmm.
she's the one that actually raised her. So she didn't raise the daughter and he didn't raise the daughter.
Wow.
How y'all feel about that, y'all?
I don't. I think he don't even need to be looking for no more women that's locked up because he already got took it through the ring and that girl got everything she wanted and then she left too. She didn't want to be bothered with
Exactly,
him.
Miss T.
Once she
Right.
found out he didn't have as much money as she thought, she was
Mm-hmm.
out.
Right. Yeah, that was another ambush when his kids found out about the new baby. It was an ambush. I don't know why all of them do stuff like that.
Because they don't care.
That don't make no sense. They don't take, into consideration anything.
Right.
And Kelly told her, that's why I said I don't be feeling sorry for her, because Kelly warns her about all of this stuff.
But
And
she didn't
she
want to
decided to
listen.
go for it anyway. She thought she was better than Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Mm-hmm.
thought Kelly was just jealous.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, you in the same position that Kelly said you was gonna be in. And then she go and tell her mother about, oh, Anthony wanting to see Abby. And it was like, the way she said it to her mother, she didn't let her mother know that she was over here trying to meet up with him and all that. She made it seem like he just contacted her out of the blue. And her
Wow.
mother basically was like, nah, he's done this before. Ain't nobody trying to mess with him. He been on drugs throughout her whole life. She was like, I don't trust it. She talking about some, oh, I know, but I feel like we got to still give him a chance. And he still deserves to see his daughter, and his daughter deserves to know him. Yeah, that's true, but you got to make sure that he really is clean before you go
Thank
ahead
you.
and, you know what I mean, put him back in her life. Like, that's not nothing to play with.
I feel like she's playing with it.
Yeah, she is. She taking it a little too light for me. And her mother even said that she feels like he's more worried about getting with Sarah than
Mm-hmm.
his daughter. I said, well, you should know your daughter more worried about getting with him too. It worked both ways.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
I just think when he was telling her he was sorry and he gonna
Mm-hmm.
be around for the baby and this and that, I think he was just blowing smoke up her skirt.
Yeah, and it seems like that's what he normally does. She said this was the first time that she was actually seeing some action coming with it. That normally he tells her that, and then it just goes right back to the same thing. So I think they both really be bull crapping each other, to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, if y'all not working, then go ahead. This the guy over here. Oh shoot, y'all, sorry. That's the that picture cracks me up
I
every time I see
know,
it,
because
yo.
they do look like.
Uh, but yeah, they a hot mess. So anyway, y'all, I wanted to get the easy people that we really didn't care about out the way first. Now we could get to the little bit more juicier stuff. Let me see where they at. So of course we have who? We got Monique and Derek left, and we got Justine and
Say
Michael
the
left.
best for
So who y'all
last.
want to talk about out of them two?
Save Monique and Derek for last.
So Justine and Michael, they wasn't too bad. There's things that Michael does that do tick me off though. But I still feel like overall, they could make it. I
I
still
agree.
feel like they could make it. I feel like he kind of does things too though, where he just do it on his own and tell her about it after the fact. And I feel like that's not gonna work. If you're in a relationship, you're in this marriage, and you know that y'all both got kids, you know what I'm saying, separately and now together,
Right.
then y'all have to work together and y'all have to be on the same page.
What
So
is he,
he's
a rapper?
asking, huh?
What is he, a rapper?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I'm like, I'm
So
trying to figure out how he told her to quit her job. And
mm-hmm.
I said he got to be like in the music scene.
Yes, him and Aries both are in the music business, child.
Oh, okay.
And he's saying he gonna be going on these tours now. I'm sorry, Michael, I like you, but that freestyle you did, maybe you better might look into some other things. But
What?
they say he was good and that he had something going on before he got locked up. So of course he was asking. Ooh, he looked so rough in that picture. He was
He look
asking,
bad.
if she having a boy or girl, and she was saying she having a girl. I think she said she having a girl. He was like, good. He was happy with that. But she wants to do this doula thing. And when it came to that, he was basically saying that, oh, we don't got to pay for that. That's my job to be here rubbing her stomach and taking care of her, whatever. Why should I have to pay somebody to do it? Now, on one hand, I like that he was saying that. I like that he want to
Yeah,
be
but what's gonna happen when he go on
involved.
tour?
Right. And
What's
that's
gonna
what he
happen when
was
he go
saying.
on tour? He's not
Mm-hmm.
even thinking far ahead.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, that's a
But
picture of
he'll
them with
do
her
it.
belly now. So yeah, y'all. I don't know what y'all think about Michael, because some things he don't be making sense with, and some things I agree, Miss T.
The part where he was
Justine
talking
be
about like
delusional with as well.
disciplining the kids, I had a problem with that.
Lord have mercy. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said the
So,
part with them where she was talking about disciplining her
mm-hmm.
kids, I had a
Mm-hmm.
problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that too. Like, what did he say? He said he didn't like the way he talks to her. And then she said that her son is on the spectrum. So she said right now she's trying to teach her son how to get used to Michael, and also the opposite way, teach him things about kids
Hmm.
that's on the spectrum so he can know, because, he don't have no knowledge of that,
Right.
which that makes sense. And then he basically was like, well, I'm not used to that. With my kids, I tell them this, that, and the third. And she's saying that part of the reason why her son treats her that way in the first place is because what he was used to seeing, I'm assuming it was from his father or whoever she was with before Michael.
Hmm.
And that's what he was used to seeing. And she didn't never have anybody else there to correct him. And he was like, well, that's where I step in and I correct him. I could understand what he's saying, but we would really have to discuss like what that's going to entail, because you're not going to
Exactly.
discipline my
That was
child in
my
the
point.
same way that I am. So that was
Exactly.
one part that I had an issue with. And the other part I had the issue with, well, first of all, they started arguing right in front of the damn doula, because one minute she's explaining to them what a doula does, and the next minute, let me see, I think I got that one here. The next minute, they arguing because he over here talking about how he want to move to the Midwest, and apparently she had never heard of this before. She like,
Hmm.
every time I turn around, you say in a different place. You gotta kind of narrow it down and say what place you want it to be, because you got to keep in mind we picking up kids and moving them. Like, what are you
Exactly.
talking about? That frustrated me with him too. I was like, yeah, you can't be doing that. Yeah, that lady looked like, oh my God, please, can I leave? Why y'all arguing in front of me?
Mm.
Yes. And she said, I don't know if Michael got enough going on where he can move and buy land in the house. He seemed like he do, and he seemed like he sat on it, but it's like,
I
what
never
place
heard
are we
none of
going
his
to?
music.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of music he
I
do? He's
feel
a
so
rapper.
bad
What
for
kind of
Justine's
rapper?
son. Clearly, he was uncomfortable with the cameras. Yeah,
Mm.
Justine needs to step up for her children. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Asking the doctor if she could travel to Texas. Yeah.
Wow.
And she was like, yeah, sometimes, what I'm saying, we travel. But I just thought that, first of all, y'all should have already had that conversation. And that's where I get frustrated with the both of them, because this is another example of a couple that, got together fast, got married while he was still in jail, really didn't know each other like that, and started asking the questions they should have been asking before, after.
After the fact. You
Mm-hmm.
are married now. You asking all these questions.
Right. Exactly. So I don't know, yo. I really want them to be able to make it, because overall, especially compared to a lot of the other couples, they seem pretty solid. And I do like the fact that when they did come home, it was about all of them talking and about them saying that this is something we all have to vote on and we all have to talk about. We
Hmm.
know that the home thing was supposed to be temporary as far as us staying here, and what do y'all feel about this? Where do y'all want to move to? I think that's the correct way that should do it when you have kids.
Yeah, a little family meeting.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an option to move like that,
Right.
sometimes you might not have an option.
Right.
Like army
Exactly.
people, they gotta go when they gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, because I got a lot of military family, and let me
Hmm.
tell you, baby, they done jumped up and been moved every which way.
Hmm.
But I did like that. She
Yeah.
said his rap name is Montana Mills. Oh, really? Yeah, I couldn't remember it. Okay. Thank you for that. Oh God. Oh, that was I didn't even realize
So
you
he
had
looked
that
like he
one.
can't
That was
even get
where
out of that chair. Look at
child, he was trying to get out that chair to go to that
look
bathroom.
like that chair's gonna close up on him. That's all.
Yeah. Mm,
Look,
mm, mm, mm,
he
mm. Yeah, yeah.
was a jerk. He was a jerk here with her
He
mother.
is.
I just was just like, oh, this guy's such a
Absolutely.
jerk.
Yeah, I did too, Miss T. That is kind of interesting because we know that he can't really go and see his kids like that. So I would think that would be something he would take into consideration too. She said, I assume Michael would want to be closer to his own children once he is allowed to move. That's a good point.
Where's his kids?
I forget exactly where his kids live at. I think they're closer to where his mom lives, and she normally goes and picks them up and brings them to where him and Justine is. I think they're about an hour away, if I'm not mistaken. And then she's the one that drops them back off, and she's the one that has been watching them while he's been locked up. So that's a very good point. You would think since he's already missed time
Yeah.
with them,
You
that he
like
would want to kind of, take that into consideration as well.
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know, Michael. But of course, this was the part where they was, basically talking about her son and how he's used to doing things a certain way and he don't like, the way he talks to her and all that. But I mean, when you're dealing with a child that's on the spectrum, that's a whole
Yeah,
totally
that's a
different
whole
thing
yeah
as well. So I think he needs to be educated and,
on how to deal with kids like
right.
that. Of course.
Yeah. Rhode Island. Okay. Thank y'all. I knew somebody would know. Is Rhode Island. I was about to say Staten Island or Long Island. I know it was something with an island attached to it, but I wasn't too sure. hmm Yeah, so I honestly hope they work out, but I don't know, y'all, because I think the fact that he makes decisions on his own is gonna be an issue. I
Hmm.
think the kids thing
I
is
think
gonna
the
be an
kids is gonna
issue,
be an issue.
and his mama gonna be an issue.
Yeah, because she already got a problem with her.
Yeah, most definitely, I think that. So I don't know, y'all, but outside of that, I think they could possibly have a chance. It's not where it's as bad as some of these other ones that we be seeing.
Hmm.
So now, y'all, of course, last but not least,
Ding 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 in this corner.
moving right along, and of course, they had to stretch this whole situation out with Derek and Monique the same way they stretched out the daggone car chase, and I just was like, really? To me, it wasn't even worth it,
It
y'all.
wasn't.
It wasn't even worth it. What did you think about this?
The, his sisters is wilding, yo. And then you came there with a ski mask on. You came to get it on.
Yeah, him and the sister honestly had both looked like they was about to go rob a daggone place
Mhm.
when they was first leaving out the house, to be honest, y'all, in my opinion. And I don't think I got that shot. But of course we are
I
talking
got
about
I got them in the
Monique and
car with a
Derek.
mask.
But when they first was even in the house getting dressed to leave, and he was saying, "Come on, let's get ready to get out of here," and this meeting gonna happen, because of course they were saying they wanted to go ahead and meet up with them,
Hmm.
before they have them come to the party. And he was telling them, like, I don't want no mess. Y'all better be on y'all best behaviors. And they wasn't even in the car 2 seconds before these chicks start talking about, oh, well, what, they coming to fight is a problem. They want something. I was like, are we freaking serious? It did seem staged, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling for a minute like his sister's been wanting to be up there just to get a check. And now I'm starting to feel like all of them just want to be up there to get a check, to be honest.
And then just show this nonsense.
Because you even seeing him and her go doing a lot of interviews. They getting a lot of exposure from this.
Hmm.
They've been one of the couples that's the most talked about. And
Hmm.
they being smart. They making their dollar off of it. They charging people for interviews.
Hmm.
So I'm starting to really feel like all this whole thing is a big setup as the more time goes on.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Like, why are you wearing that? Yes, with a skimpy dress
Yeah, I was like, what the heck?
and
And then
everything
all you
hanging out.
saw was booty.
Yes. This is so crazy. Like, I just could not believe it. So of course he's telling them he want to make sure everything is okay. He want them to meet up. And they was already, like we said, talking about fighting, and then they're like, of course we're seeing them, and then we're seeing Monique and them talking. So on Monique and them side, they like, oh, we hope they come in here to apologize. You already know they ain't coming to apologize, okay? And then Derek at one point even pulled the car over and got out and was like, okay, I'm not even going no more. Forget it. Y'all acting stupid. I don't understand why y'all gotta act like this. Sorry, y'all. And they like, no, come on, come on, come on. We gonna go or whatever. And so
I it's just like I'm like, why did this happen? Like
yeah, it
she
didn't make
was
no
running
sense.
amok though, and then when security came, I'm like, oh
I'm
Lord,
sorry, but it was funny. They
it
just, cause
was
they was like,
funny.
oh, they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to admit to what they did, and of course it was like little kids when they go, no, it was you, no, it was
Mhm.
you, no, you did
Mhm.
this, no, you did that, and they saying y'all started it, y'all was the ones that posted for something first, y'all was the ones that said this first or whatever,
Mm.
and so of course he calling himself being the middleman, that he's saying, oh well, you know, oh, y'all gotta be cool or whatever the case may be. Is everything all right? And then they were saying, oh, well, they feel like Monique had a problem with them first or whatever. And they
Yeah.
just
Right.
kept going back and forth. Like we wasted a good probably 5 to 7 minutes with them just
Mhm.
going back and forth and repeating the same thing.
Yeah. It's just nonsense. Who said this? You said that.
Right, you still ain't understand. Miss Sharon says she had to rewind to see what really happened and still didn't understand. And Miss T said they definitely arrived. Carlos King interview. Yeah, Carlos King. A lot of people been interviewing them. Yep. Yep. They are a hot mess. Yeah. Derek in the middle trying to break something. Yeah. I didn't get the point. I didn't get the point. They just kept going. No, they had a problem with us first. No, they started it first. And
And
so,
Derek was like, I ain't trying to get in trouble. I ain't trying
right.
to.
And then Monique's sisters kept saying, bitch ain't gonna swing. She ain't gonna swing. She gonna
Mhm.
keep waving that finger, but she ain't gonna swing. I
Mhm.
was like, I can't.
And she
Mm-mm.
came out there with all her booty showing.
So of course Derek tries to supposedly get them to, go back to the car and saying y'all acting crazy and this ain't worth it and all of that. And
He
his
looked like he's smiling here when
yeah,
the
because they
picture. Don't
all
he?
look like they were smiling at different points if you looking
Yeah,
at
like
it.
we look fake.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
I'm starting to come down with a cold, y'all. I swear I had washed my hair before I got these braids in, and then it was windy outside that day.
Got no hat on,
Mm-mm.
girl.
And because this weather been up and down, it was
I
windy as I don't know
know.
what that day. And I've been feeling it coming ever since then.
Mm.
But of course she had this mask on her head, child. I said, what the hell is this?
Just crazy.
Like, who wears this? Yes, Miss T, I was disappointed too. I was disappointed too. Like, really, we waited. They were showing this preview since before the season even started, making it into this big thing, and that's all we got.
Nothing.
A big old
Nope.
nothing burger. Yeah, Derek cheated with 10 women. That's what he admitted to LSW.
Yeah,
Okay, so if he said 10, that means it probably was
probably
20.
20.
Right.
It's only 10 women.
Mhm.
10 times 10. 10 plus 10.
Oh man. So of course, after she kept saying that she wasn't gonna do nothing, she jumps out the car, runs over there. Then she ends up being the one on the ground that they gotta help the hell up. I said,
Mm-hmm.
child.
And her booty all out.
Mm-mm-mm.
I was just disgusted by it. Like, why?
And kept talking about her size. Yeah, that's the part that irks me though. That's the part that irks me is that they stay My thing is, I'm sorry, I got brothers, I love my brothers to death, but I've never been that interested unless it's something where that person was physically
Mistreating them.
abusing them, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Or I don't know, breaking up everything in the house, something along them lines. Then
Right.
maybe I would have something to say. But I would not say something just because I may look at the person and be like, oh, what the heck you want to be with her for?
Yeah,
Like, it's
that's
never going to be that serious where I'm going to want to go to his house and fight them for it.
nah.
That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But of course he was saying they was doing too much and they was, but to be honest, both sides was doing too much.
Yeah.
They both sides was doing way too much, all for it to end up with it really being nothing. And I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I wouldn't be able to be in no relationship with that. I'd be like, oh yeah, nah, I'm good. Mm-mm. Because I couldn't believe she had on a ski mask with a little dress.
That's I'm like, why you? Once she put that on, I knew what it was going to be.
Mhm.
She ready to get it on. Like I said,
She thought she was Beyonce on the what was
on the
that, the
run
on the
tour,
run
right?
tour? Girl, yeah, they were going to a party. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
That was a hot mess. Mm-mm-mm. Well, everybody dresses differently and they wear what they feel comfortable in. So I don't say too much
Yes, I
about that
call
because
that
it's,
confidence when they
yeah,
doing
she
stuff like
had
that.
some things I put on and I'll be like, oh Lord, child,
Yeah,
no.
I can't do it.
Like I'll be mad self conscious. But other people, hey, I don't know. You know,
Hmm.
I think I would definitely probably make some different choices, and I know she was looking into the surgery and trying to get weight off of her because I guess there's a certain amount she have to lose before she have the surgery.
Wow.
But
How
you
big
got to
is
be
she? Did she
comfortable in
don't?
your skin, huh?
I don't even know how big she is, but
Yeah, I don't know the exact weight. But I do know that I know several people that have had those surgeries. Child, I ain't trying to have them, but to each their own. But I
I
know in
know a
some
couple of
cases
them.
they will tell them that there's a certain amount you have to lose on your own before they will even approve you to get the
Right.
surgery. And then once you get it, you got to keep. I think they did say it on one episode, but I just don't remember the exact thing because she actually had Derek on the speakerphone where he could hear what the doctor was saying, and the doctor was already telling her some of the changes that she needed to make.
Mm.
Hmm. And she went through a lot of different things previous to gaining all of the weight on her. She I think some stuff during COVID, and then she had a baby that literally the baby passed away after living for like 2 days. So she went into a deep depression. So
Oh
I'm not gonna
man.
judge her on that because you know that
I'm not.
happens in life.
I'm not judging her. She do her
Yeah.
face up good though. I
Yeah,
tell you
she
that.
do. She be having that
She.
face beat. She
Her face be
definitely do.
big.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Cause
So.
she could put on some fly stuff, honey, and I could see her actually modeling for plus size.
Mhm. Mhm.
She really could.
Okay, she said Monique was not serious when she went to the doctor. Remember, she lied and told Derek she was working out.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Oh,
he was very strong and heavy into the whole workout thing in the beginning, but we don't even hear him talking about working out the way we used
no,
to.
because he was working that D out when he got out.
Right. Right. That's exactly what he was doing. That is so
Like
true.
he's working that
Yeah.
D out. The D.
Oh God. But I think that's all we got, y'all. I think we
Yeah.
talked about most of the stuff unless y'all could think of anything that we left out or we didn't discuss. I don't know what you thinking for next week. I didn't even really see next week's preview. I didn't pay attention to it. So y'all feel the same way if y'all had any picks because last week I was asking who's going to make it and who's doomed. Do y'all feel the same like the same people you said last week? You still feel the same way, or
Yeah.
did anybody from this week's episode make you have a change of heart or a
No.
different outlook?
No.
But yeah, I pretty much still feel the same. I
I think
pretty
it's
much
just like a
still feel the
train wreck
same.
already.
Mhm.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, he was getting plenty of cardio in. Okay, the natural way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He was getting his pumps in. All right.
Absolutely. LSW says still the same. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much still feeling the same too. Yeah. I don't know. These people is crazy, but we will be back again next week for the craziness.
Damn.
We will be on
My channel,
Moochie
right?
channel next
Yeah.
week because we rotating it back and forth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, make sure that you have subscribed to both of us if you are not. So that way you know when she, when we on her channel, when we on my channel.
Yes.
We doing the same thing with Snowfall. If you did not get to see the live that we did earlier for Snowfall, and if you watch Snowfall, make sure y'all check that out.
Mm-hmm. That
What
was
you want to
earlier
tell them
tonight on
about?
my
Anything
channel.
else you got on your channel?
I got, we could, what we got coming up.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
we did
BMF.
Godfather Harlem too. I was up there with her and joined
Yep.
her for
Ex-
Godfather Harlem. I don't know how many
exactly.
people watch Godfather Harlem, but y'all check that out.
Check that out too. And then we
Mhm.
got Your Honor coming too.
Yes, we gotta
We
talk
gotta
about Your
talk
Honor.
about
How
that.
many of y'all watch Your Honor, baby? Woo.
Yes, that was a doozy. So
Hmm.
just stay tuned. BMF is coming Monday. Godfather Harlem, I believe, is coming Tuesday. Depends on if I could get everything done. You know how it is with me.
Hmm.
But just like I said, keep your notifications on, and holla at your girl. If you're
Yeah.
not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. Ew.
Yes, make sure that y'all do. And for me, I have what the heck did I have, child? I be trying to remember. I
You had
got
sisters. You had
Sisters, the Oval,
BMF.
BMF,
You
Bel
dropped that
Air.
this morning.
Yeah. I just put those up this morning, y'all. So, if y'all have not seen any of those, check those out. And then of course, like I said, we already did the Snowfall earlier. And yeah, I think that was it. If y'all didn't see the live that I did this past Saturday, I was telling you all the movies and TV and the shows that's coming out in, March that you may be interested in. And I did a little self-care Saturday. If anybody's into that, check it out. And other than that, yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all, folks. We will be. Oh, and this Sunday is gonna be the last episode of Last of Us. If y'all are into that, I'm actually gonna be doing that with Lay's Eagles 215. The season
Hmm.
finale that's gonna be on my channel on Sunday. But
All
other than
right.
that, we'll see y'all next week for Your Honor and everything else. It'll start all over again. We'll be back.
Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
All
Ew.
right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Bye. See y'all
And
later.
bye.